Hey guys, briphoenix here, and I'm going to teach you how to cosplay on a budget.
Ding dong, hurry up, I'm waiting for too late to run. I'll wait to see if I can catch you. Ding dong, hurry up, I'm starving. Waiting.
Now, when it comes to cosplay, there's many different things you can do. There are many different fandoms, many different games, animes, there's cartoons, there's movies, there's lots and lots of things that you can cosplay as. And a lot of people like to have an idea of what they want to cosplay before they start. That'll usually help you with when you're buying your products and your stuff to make the cosplay. I usually have a bunch of ideas in my head of what I would like to cosplay, and whenever I go to the stores, it doesn't matter what kind of store it is, dollar stores, grocery stores, fabric stores, Walmart, Canadian Tire, any store I go into, even thrift stores, don't underestimate thrift stores. I always look at everything, even things I wouldn't be interested in wearing or buying, and I look at it and think, can I use this for cosplay? Because that is the question you need to ask yourself when you go shopping. Now, like I said, don't underestimate thrift stores because they have a lot of great buys and it's fairly cheap too. Even you can go into the sections of larger sizes and you can get like a lot more fabric and you can cut that up and make something new out of it if you know how to sew. Or use your hot glue method like I do because I can't sew. And a lot of my cosplays have been just made from stuff I found laying around. Or you can ask like family members if they have items or anything like spare or anything like that. For anything electronic looking or metal, you can always buy an old alarm clock or an old phone from like a thrift store, or maybe for a relative has an old alarm clock or a phone they can give you, and you can just dismantle it and use the electronical bits inside of that. That's basically how I did the inside of Bonnie's face. And don't be intimidated by cosplay building. When you go to conventions or online or on Tumblr, you can see a lot of people that have really, really good skills. That will not happen right away. It's a lot of trial and error, a lot of practice. Like my first Foxy mask looked terrible. My second one looked great. Same with my Majoras. I make Majora's masks and I sell them on Etsy. My very first one I made was so terrible. I was so upset. I remade my Majora's mask like 50 times until I finally got one that was really good. And then I put that model on Etsy and I sold that model over 6 times. And I never had any complaints. You just got to have determination and you just got to go at it and just fight with the products until you can create something. It doesn't matter what you want to cosplay as. If you just have the heart and the willpower and determination, you can do it. It was kind of hard crafting foam to make Bonnie and Foxy and Freddy heads. That was hard. And when I made Skull Kid, that was also really hard. And Deku Link was also very hard. But I used plaster, which can be tricky to work with, but it's usually inexpensive. So that's a plus. And when you're buying stuff for your cosplay, you can always look in your closet because sometimes you'll have stuff lying around that you completely forgot about and then you can cut up or repurpose into a cosplay. You can also try buying things online because usually online stuff is a lot cheaper than stuff at like Michael's or something. You can get really cheap plaster at online, and it can be a lot more expensive at like the Michael's craft store. If you cannot buy stuff online, you can always ask your parents to, or even you can go to the grocery store and just pick up, or Shoppers, and pick up a gift card. You know, if you save up the money, buy the gift card, and then you can use the gift card to buy stuff online with. Not that hard. And yeah, you just gotta have your determination, and always, when you go to the stores, always look around and think, can I use this for cosplay? Even if you don't think that thing you can use right away, but you think maybe down the line I can use this for some kind of project, get it. Because you never know when that thing might come in handy. And especially if it's on sale or like limited or something. And I hope this was helpful to you, because I know a lot of people have trouble starting on cosplay because it can be very expensive. But honestly, my Bonnie head was probably $30. But I kind of messed up when I did the body and the legs, because when I bought the Bonnie head, when I made the Bonnie head, the fabric was on sale, and I didn't realize the fabric was on sale. And the body and legs fabric for the body and legs ended up being way more than the fabric I used for the head. So you always gotta look into that and see when sales are and things like that. And you can save a lot of money, because sometimes things can look more expensive than they are. And there's no shame in simple cosplays. There's like things you can do with makeup is another thing you can do for a nice, cheap, inexpensive cosplay. There's a lot of tutorials out there. I do tutorials. Other people do tutorials. There's there's nothing wrong with just, you know, wearing a fandom shirt too. If you're going to a convention for the first time and you're a little worried, if you want to like express your fandom but you're nervous about cosplaying for the first time. I'm wearing my Freddy t-shirt because that's my latest addiction at the moment. Before, it was Attack on Titan, with my Attack on Titan Jack in the background. And before that, it was Legend of Zelda, which I still love Legend of Zelda. And this is a half-finished cosplay. It's Deku Link. I never really finished it, but it's made out of plaster. It was fairly inexpensive, and it looks really cool. And I did Skull Kid. I'll put some pictures on there. After editing, to show you what he looked like when I cosplayed him. And that Skull Kid was my very first, like, intricate cosplay. My very first cosplay was Sasha, which, honestly, her costume was more expensive than the Skull Kid costume, because I bought her costume online. And the belts and the jacket and all that stuff came out to be a lot more to buy than my Skull Kid, which is very intricate, was to make. So always think about that, you know? It's a lot of fun to build costumes and stuff too, so hope this video was helpful to you guys, and see you guys next time.